What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel, check out the content. And I want to speak on a comment that James Worthy, ex Los Angeles Laker, made about LeBron James. Right? James Worthy basically, well, he called LeBron. He said LeBron James made a bonehead play, and so what LeBron James did, if you don't know, the Chicago Bulls was playing the Los Angeles Lakers, right? And there was a little, the time was winding down on the clock, and so the Chicago Bulls scored the ball, and LeBron James took the ball out of bounds, and just like in like a cavalier type fashion or very lazy, he threw a lazy inbound pass, knowing the situation of the game. Like Chicago is behind, so Chicago is trying to make a run. So he just threw a lazy inbound pass, which I didn't understand. And I think it was Getty who stole the ball and passed it to Kobe White. Kobe White hit the 3-pointer, and Chicago took the lead. So Chicago took the lead real quick, and then what's the guy name? Austin Reeves go down the other end, and he gives them the lead right back. But then they pass the ball in without no time, without taking the timeout. They pass the ball in, and Josh Giddey runs, because time is winding down, and with like about 2 or 3 seconds, Josh Giddey scores from half court. He shoots a three from half court for Chicago to win, right? And so James Worthy, after that game, he was assessing that game, and he just said the LeBron James play that LeBron James made was a bonehead play, and that's really what cost them the game because of LeBron James, right? And I would agree. I mean, like if I would expect anybody who would be like on point in that type of situation, it would be the leader of your team. And for him to, even if now LeBron James after the game, he commented and said that they had some miscommunications and stuff like that. And again, that statement right there, miscommunications don't really absolve him from the situation, because if you're not sure about it, you can either call a timeout or you can hold on to the ball. You know what I mean? You could hold on to the ball and make sure your guy, because he thought that his guy was cutting away from the goal. When his guy cut towards under the basket, which I don't know why the guy would cut under the basket, under the other team's basket with, and risk a timeout. So LeBron threw it thinking that he was going to, come back. But Josh Giddey came back and stole it and gave it to Kobe White, right? Passed it out to Kobe White to hit the three. In that situation, LeBron James could have just called a timeout. And really, it may not have been a situation where he needed to call timeout because, he had just got the ball inbound. So it wasn't like he was like 1, 2, they got like 5 seconds to get it in. So he could have held on to the ball for at least another couple seconds before he passed it. But he just like lazily threw it in like the game wasn't on the line. And they stole it, made the 3-pointer, took the lead. Then they had to go down with Austin Reeves. Now, on a shot that Josh Giddey took from half court, LeBron James was in front of him and offered almost no resistance. Like LeBron James could have jumped, and not jump into him, but like jump off to the side of him and made the guy at least try to adjust his shot. But he didn't, he just didn't offer any resistance. And so to me, it's plays like this that LeBron James make that just really I just never seen somebody who's supposed to be like one of the greats make those kind of plays, lazy inbound plays, almost no effort, like, when the guy's shooting from half court. And shooting from half court, don't get me wrong, that's not a high percentage shot, right? When somebody shoot from half court, it's not a high percentage shot. But still, you got to recognize that you are dealing with professional athletes. Most guys in the NBA nowadays, they practice those shots, even if it's just for joke. They joking around. They might shoot like 10 or 15 or 20 of those, at practice, just messing around. They shoot those at the end of practice for. And so, as a matter of fact, they might even shoot more of those, more than that. So you gotta offer some type of resistance, but he didn't offer any resistance. And how can you be one of the greats, man, if that you make two plays within a span of about 12 seconds that just made you look like the guy said, make you look like a bonehead, right? You know, James Worthy called him a bonehead. He said the plays were bone. He didn't call LeBron James a bone. He just said that was a bonehead play, referring to the out of bounds pass because it was just so lackadaisical and so lazy. Then he comes back, and don't even try to contest at all the shot from half court. I don't care if the guy is throwing the ball from the under the rim on the other side of the court, right under his own basket. You still got to offer some type of resistance. You don't want to give a person a clean look nowhere on the court. Because when people practice those shots, they practice those shots without any pressure on them, no defense or anything. So and it's a whole lot different. The shot is a whole lot different if you have somebody running at you or jumping at you or just trying to block the shot than it is if you just get a clean look at any basket. And for LeBron James to be one of the best basketball players in the league and him to not offer any resistance and be so laid back on his passing at that juncture in the game, to me, it's just, I don't know. And people, I don't want people to think that, or really, I don't even really care if people think that I'm, picking on LeBron because LeBron James is the one who made these mistakes. He the ones who make these plays. People, if you've been watching basketball for a while, like I have, you used to seeing like the best basketball players make certain plays. Like 20 years in, you just don't expect LeBron James to make these kind of mistakes. 20 years in, you shouldn't have to, coach a guy to be able to know like this. This is not situational basketball, or this is something that he should know. A coach can't. Anybody else, man, nobody on the team mentioned it. JJ Redick didn't say anything about it. But anybody else who made that kind of mistake, like a rookie off the bench who made those two plays in the last 12 seconds of the game, the media would have dragged them. Their coach would have had no choice but to, to say, yeah, he had a defensive lapse or that kind of effort, won't get us far in the playoffs. But with LeBron James, it just gets swept under the rug. And that's not, like I said, 20 years in the league, 20 years plus, that's not what you expect to see from somebody like LeBron James. So he can't blame it on miscommunications or, it really ain't no excuse for it. After 20 years, and no excuse for it. You got Kobe White and Josh Giddey who don't have, neither one of those guys have 10 years in, so they don't have half the experience of LeBron James. And so that no way that should have happened. LeBron James, number one, should have took his time, made sure his man was open who he was passing the ball to. That's number one. Number two, he could have offered some resistance after Austin Reeves went down the other end and bailed him out. So we would not even be talking so much. At least I probably would still be talking about it. But if Austin Reeves had scored down that end, he bailed out LeBron James. He went back down the other end and scored. Now the Lakers are up. So now this seemed like this would motivate you to want to put forth an effort because this guy went down the court and bailed you out. He went down the court, got a quick basket, and bailed you out, and you still come back up the other end and allow them to, you could not have done a better job of giving the game away if you was point shaving. You know what I mean? Like you can't even point shave. It's just not to say that that's what he was doing, but man, like it's just, you don't expect to see that, like I said, from a guy that's 20 years in. And so that's my take on that play. I agree with James worthy. I think that play by LeBron James was just a bonehead play. And even more than that, it just was lazy. You know, like his last 15 seconds of that game just was lazy. You could, JJ Redick could have called a timeout, put somebody else in, and the Lakers would have won the game. If after, if he had not that she needed to call a timeout, but if LeBron James not gonna play no defense on nobody, you may as well take him out of the game in crucial situations like that. People gonna start keying on him. And if the Lakers do make it to the playoffs, I think they're going, with LeBron James playing defense like that, uh, I think they won't be in there that long. So there'll be a quick out, an easy out for somebody. That's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. I just went up over 10,000. I think I have like 10,085, something like that, 10,080. So yeah, man, keep on liking and keep on subscribing. I appreciate the support. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video.